Bem-vindos a mais um episódio do Don't Panic, It's Organic. Dessa vez na playlist Hanging with the Pros. Eu sou Felipe Bazon e hoje eu vou falar com a Julia Nesterets da Jetoctopus. Se você não conhece essa ferramenta ainda, você deve conhecê-la. É uma das ferramentas que tem mais crescido no mercado hoje. É uma das ferramentas de Enterprise SEO voltada para grandes websites. E eu tive o prazer de conhecer a Julia num evento agora na Espanha, né, no SEO on the Beach. Já conhecia a ferramenta de alguns anos, de ter visto ela no Brighton SEO. E hoje eu tive o prazer de trazer a Julia para conversar com a gente. Hi, Julia. Thank you for accepting. And finally, we got to have a chat on my channel. We met personally back at SEO on the Beach. And now we're finally having this opportunity to have a chat. Please introduce yourself to our audience here in Brazil. And feel free to talk about the tool as well.
Hello, Felipe. I'm very excited to be here tonight. For me, it is tonight. For you, not tonight.
3 p.m. here. 3 p.m.
Okay. And I have 8 p.m.
Okay.
So thank you for having me. I'm Julia Nesterets. I'm co-founder of all-in-one technical SEO platform Jetoctopus.com, which is very handy and valuable for the digital agencies working with e-commerce websites. And we are very, very powerful and valuable for the e-commerce website. So if you have like more than 10K pages, you have to use the Jetoctopus and get the value really. So if just to talk more in details, we have the fastest crawler on the market, and we don't really have any limits on the volume of pages to crawl. So there are customers with 100 million pages. That's not a problem for us, and that's not a problem for you. We have the most visualized log analyzer, which visualizes the search bot's behavior at your website and just opens the opportunities for crawl budget optimization and for optimization of the resources spent on your website from the Google bot. And this is very essential thing if it is e-commerce website, like the big website. We have a very powerful Google Search Console module, which we call like Google Search Console on steroids, because it has like 50 times more insights about your efficiency in SERP. The data, we have like literally 10 times more of charts with insights, what is growing, what is dropping, already preset for you, like cannibalization tools, etc. So this is very powerful and just beloved by agencies. We have really powerful alerts model, and alerts, it is your SEO security. So you just cover your on-page SEO health, the Google bots behavior, and your SERP efficiency with alerts just once, and you just sleep well because you will be the first who will get notification if something is broken in any of this area, and you will be just able to fix it before the Google bot index that and you get some drops, in your SEO. So this is just really briefly what is Jetoctopus and just about myself.
Well, we'll get in more depth about Jetoctopus. I advance to you guys. It's an incredible tool. It's not just because I have Julia here next to me. We had an extensive talk in July this year, 2023, at June at SEO on the Beach, where I shared some experiences with other tools, and I'm really fond of this tool, and I think you guys deserve to learn a bit more about Julia, about Jetoctopus. But before that, Julia, my audience here is already tired of listening to me say that I started doing SEO. I got to know this guy in a bar that introduced me to the blah, blah, blah. My point is, SEO came out of the blue in my life. How did SEO enter your life?
That's interesting question, and it was actually a little bit unexpected in those view that we are right now in SEO. So, my partner, he is our CTO, Serge. We used to have our previous company, and it was the big job aggregator that had around 5 million pages on the website, and we were very successful in terms of SEO. So we've got really a big share of the traffic was organic. And then we hit some limits and the SEO growth just stopped. We started to collaborate with one agency, another agency, and is it usually, not usually, but often happens, we didn't get any result, unfortunately. And I understand that we entered this collaboration with really high level of organic traffic, and it is much tougher to keep growing when you already have, let's say, like 30K organic visits per day. So when you have such volume of traffic, it is tougher to keep growing, but nevertheless, we are such types of entrepreneurs with my partner that if it doesn't grow, we give some time to this. We spend resources and time and give this opportunity to that agency at that moment to show the result. But if there is no result, we decide to figure out ourselves what we have to do so to get that SEO growth. And at that moment, we faced the need to crawl the website and to make on-page technical SEO audit. And luckily, I can say right now that luckily, we faced one of our present competitors, and they gave us really big bill. So it was really expensive price, unexpectedly expensive. I think you understand who I'm talking about.
Yeah.
And then was like, oh my God, really? Come on. And my Serge, he is the technical genius, my my partner, and he said that I can do some sort of modules. I can develop some sort of modules, and we will be able to make this on page. Like brief audit, we will be able to make it. I said, okay. He said, I need 3 months. And then he came back after 6 months. It is okay. It always happens like that. And we realized that this set of the tools and set of the modules that were developed at that stage, this is actually around 60% of the core of the platform, 60% of the core of the platform. And I was like, that's interesting. And 2 years before this particular moment, I was on one of the very good SaaS conference, and I got excited about this business model. And when I came back from that conference, I said, our next business should be SaaS. And after these 2 years, I look at these models that he developed, and I said, this will be our SaaS. And that was the moment where Jetoctopus was born. So like it is written in the books, all the marketing books, it was born from our own pain. And that is like the pure truth.
That's actually answer my second question, which was going to be, where did Jetoctopus come from? Where did the insights came from? But it's very interesting. You guys were working with the website, and you needed, obviously, when you working, you have a website, and you need to grow the audience, you need to grow traffic or whatever it is, revenue as it is, you need SEO. I think that's a given. And having the experience of working with the current tools in the market, you said, oh, you know what? I'm going to develop my own. And thank you for that, because that is helping at least our clients. I know some other agencies here in Brazil are using it as well. I know I saw Vitor. We were talking about the date. Vitor, he was on the show a few years ago. Vitor Magalhães from Cadastra. So we know that I mentioned to you, I saw a post from him the other day here in Brazil saying, I was so proud because I think I sent it to you, didn't I? Say, hey, Julia, look, people here in Brazil are using the tool. So I was very, very excited about it. So before we dive into more about Jetoctopus and how I can do for big websites, as you are already working with so many big websites, could you share with our audience what are the most common issues that these big websites are facing? This could be because our audience here is a mixture of like owners of big websites and smaller and so on. But I think it's good for people to understand what, like the word of big websites are facing as common issues, technical issues that they normally find.
Sure. As I said, that Jetoctopus was born from our own pain, and we came from the big business, from the big website. So we do understand the problems of the big websites really well. So this is, first of all, the big data, and it is always about the volumes of the data, etc., etc. And our mission with Jetoctopus is and was and now and will be to make a really powerful platform, all-in-one platform for the big website, which is affordable for the big website, but not only to the enterprise companies, you know. So this was like our mission. And back to the problems of the big websites and to the specifics of it, I want to start with the following. So when we speak about technical on-page SEO and about big websites, I have to say that this is, you know, like the fundamental of your house. So this is like your skeleton. And if you make it and build it correctly from the very beginning, and you work on it on a regular basis, it will be growing on a regular basis, and it will always bring you new sales, increase your ROI, etc., etc. But what are the usual problems the big websites have? First of all, and actually it should change the behavior model, by the way. So when you work on a big websites, working just with 404s or empty titles or just duplicates on some pages, that will not impact dramatically your organic traffic. When you work on a big website, the main issue that you have to worry about is your site indexability. So what part of the website is actually known by the search bots and what part of the website is ignored? And this is huge usually. So this is the very big and very prior problem to start with, to understand which part of the website is ignored. And what exactly to change on this part of the website so to get that visited by the search bot and then indexed, and then you will get new rankings and new organic traffic and new sales from these commercial pages. Other way, it will not work out. So you have to work with your crawl budget, and this is one of the issues these big guys have. And when they start working on it, it is really a game changer. This is really a game changer. The other really big problem is the site structure. So usually this website has millions of pages, and the site structure is an issue to dive deeper and to analyze the efficiency up to now, and what directories are working well and why. And we have just like one chart, we just visualizes really a lot of things by directories, and you are capable to understand which ones are effective and why, and which ones you have to optimize and what exactly comparing to the effective ones, you know. And interlinking structure. Interlinking structure, it is really so impactful for big websites because it is not only the good navigator for your users, etc. It is user friendly, blah blah. It is the navigator for the search bots. So because how they behave, they enter one of your pages, and then they will start following the links they find on this page. So they will not go by the site structure as you've built it, by the logic of a site structure. They will just follow the links they find on each page they visit. That's why the well interlinked pages, they are always getting more attention from the search bots, because it is logical for them. If this page has a lot of backlinks, I mean, in terms of internal linking, it is important for you. That's why it is important for the end user. That's why the interlinking structure is very impactful, one of the most impactful actually criteria for the big websites. And to be able to analyze it, you have to have full crawling data. This is the biggest problem for all the websites that just come to us from the first site, and they got used to working with like 10% of the crawl. They just scan 10% of the website and then multiply these conclusions to the rest of the website, being sure that the rest has the same. And this is absolutely not the same. This is very harmful, and we have a very good experiment, like article with the experiment, where we demonstrate. We crawl just 10% of the website and what insights we've got, and like the conclusions, what optimizations we have to do. And then we scanned the whole website, and the picture was totally different. That's why you don't have to work with partial data. You have to forget about any limits, because right now you have the perfect opportunity to forget about any limits and work with the full data at hand without any problems at Jetoctopus.
Going backwards in your question, because what you said here, for me, it's what made me move to Jetoctopus, the difference, like working with samples, 10% of the website, 20% of the website. I can sit down with any SEO around the world and question if they defend that, because we know that even though the website has patterns, it's different. I've done samples, and I left a lot out of it, especially when you do, for instance, news portals or even e-commerce websites. If you do like a sampling of 10% of that, it's not going to be enough. You're going to leave out so many possible mistakes out there or no compliances that if you fix those 10%, it's not going to solve your problem. So this is very, very interesting that you mentioned, Julia, because people tend to think that they go by what the tools tells them. But the first time I saw, I was going to work with samples from these big other enterprise crawlers, let's say, I felt that something was amiss. And that's what now you're saying, that it is just like enlightens what I already discovered working with Jetoctopus. But I want people to understand that, because you have a massive website, say 100K or 1 million URLs or 2 million SKUs in terms of products. Some categories might have a problem. Others might have others. It's not sampling that's going to solve your problem. And when you move to news portals, you have the tag pages, you have the category page, you have the articles, you have the hard news. And knowing the different types of problems that can occur, especially like when Google scrolling, you have like maybe 500 errors, you have 400 errors, you have 301 errors. Some areas might not have broken links, others might have. So how can you base, as you said, do an internal link analysis on sampling?
No
You're
way.
never going to get it done.
No way.
And even log analysis. How can you understand the whole behavior of the bot inside your website if you're limiting it to 10% of it?
No way.
Right? That said, going to the first thing that you mentioned, one of the hardest things for SEOs is to get the technical team or the infrastructure team of a company to give access to the logs. Right? That said, how important is log analysis, and how can SEOs overcome that hurdle with Jetoctopus? Any tips that you can give any security assurances? Help us gain the not the attention, but the trust from the technical guys.
Yeah, and the power at the end of the day.
Yeah.
So first of all, the main things here is that it is connected to the security, and this is the main barrier. We don't need any personal data. So the only thing we need to make the SEO log files analysis is the access logs. So access logs, this is only about the behavior of search bots at your website. That's why this is a very important thing for the developers to communicate and to discuss it and to explain it. Only access logs. This is the first thing. The second thing is that we have all possible ways of integration the logs, and also the most secure way is the Amazon S3 bucket, where you totally control what exact data you transfer to this bucket, and we get this data from the S3 bucket. So you totally control what exact data is transferred, and you will just be 100% sure that no users data, no credit cards data, nothing is there, because this is the main barrier usually there. If we speak about the difficulty of the integration process, this is not the difficulty in our case. It is just a couple of lines of code integrated on your side, and it will be the leaf logs integration from your side to our side, and it doesn't take any sprints to spend. So to integrate the logs, it usually like 10 minutes of a call with our devs and your devs to speak on their own language, and the deal is done. Then why? The main question, why? When we speak about the big website, it is all about the attention of search bot to your website. You can, I don't know, you can make parties on your website every day and nobody will care about that. Not nobody, but the Google bot will not care about that. And he's your main customer. So he's your first guest who has to come to your website to visit, to follow all your, let's say, rooms in your house, to understand what it is all about, and then to get your pages indexed and to get that indexed in this database and then ranked. So without this stage, you will not get the dramatic organic traffic share in your traffic share. You will not be successful. This is the only way to follow. You have to understand what pages are visited, what number of resources is spent right now on your website, because it is always limited. In the resources, I mean the number of pages the search bot visits for one visit. And when you understand the interdependencies, why these pages are visited, these pages are not visited, you implement the exact optimizations that increase the scroll budget. It is called like scroll budget, but increase the number of resources spent on your website, increase the number of pages visited by Google bot, and then increase the number of pages indexed, and then increase the sales from organic traffic. And of course, it impacts your ROI because you get more sales from zero cost traffic, That's why you just have to understand, you as a developer, I'm speaking to you as a developer.
Yeah.
That
develops out there, listen to this one.
yes, that spending time for like fixing H1s or to working with some duplicates on the website, or okay for pages, okay, so it will not boost the SEO. It will not boost the SEO. This is not the game for our scale. We have a big scale and we have to act big. And the big here is the log file analyzer, like 100%.
I'm so on with you on that one, but it is one of the most difficult things to get out of clients, you know. So I think we need to advocate as much as we can, because people tend to get a bit worried or wary about sensitive data and so on. I think when you open it, you say, oh, we don't need any user data. I just want to understand bot behavior. But then again, when you go to enterprise companies, they have all these security measures and the security there, security here, blah. I'm serious. With one client, I had to spend hours of doing interviews and doing spreadsheets of security and this and that, when it's just give me the simple data of getting to understand if the user agent, Google bots or whatever other bots did hit your website. That said, with regards to the log files, we don't need any user data. But do we need just Google bot data, or do we need a range of different user agents to be able to analyze? Because I remember one client I'm working with you guys that I've uncovered that many bots from other countries that have nothing to do with it were heating up and consuming a lot of bandwidth. So we blocked those guys, and that helped us gain performance as well, because that gave more bandwidth to Google, or in other terms, gave more performance to the server. The server helped load pages faster, and even the incidence of Google bot crawls increased because it wasn't, let's say, it wasn't jammed when it was trying to get in. So what kind of specifics, if you, without going too technical, but do we need Google bot data, or how do we ask for that?
A very good question. We analyze up to 40 different search bots, so we're not limiting you here. And of course, it is very good to analyze all search bots that are present at your website, because you are absolutely right. From one side, they make additional pressure on your servers, and if it is has no value for your business, so you don't need this pressure, first of all. Another thing is that you can find out that you are present and actually you are getting sales from, let's say, Bing, and maybe before that you were not aware of that. So Bing can be also the potential search for you as well. Another insight that you can get analyzing not only Google bot, but all the bots that are present at your website, is to find out the fake bots. And what we mean by fake bots, this can be your competitors that are scraping your content. And again, that are bringing additional pressure on your servers. And you just block that, and you understand that it is a very good decision for you. And of course, when you block this no value server pressure visitors from other search bots, or you make this new resources which will be spent on the commercial pages, and right now not spent, because it is always to work with these resources, with this scroll budget, with this number of attention units spent on your website. You are always fighting for it. That's why it is super great to work with all search bots present on your website.
Great. Moving away from log analysis, another area that kind of like creepies. Maybe we should have done this last week about creepy, Halloween, and so on. But just kidding. Scaries a lot of SEOs is when they talk about JavaScript SEO.
Oh,
How can Jetoctopus help with that?
actually, guys, I'm very serious about JavaScript because if you have JavaScript, in 10 situations out of 10, it harms your SEO.
Well, that's good statistics there. Yeah, very precise, by the way.
You know, and no doubts there. So you have to care about that. You have to get the tools to monitor your JavaScript SEO because JavaScript, it is an application, and application have bugs, and it is your losses. So what tools we have at Jetoctopus dedicated to JavaScript? With Jetoctopus, you will be able to compare your JavaScript version of the website with non-JavaScript. And then the differences will be highlighted. For example, don't get surprised if, for example, the titles are changed, or some pieces of the content is hidden, or the links can be hidden. And it is all about your SEO. So when you make just the HTML on page SEO analysis, I mean, without JavaScript rendering, you are very sure. So, for example, your loading time is very good, and everything is very, very clear and optimized. And when you compare after setting up the JavaScript rendering, you can have a lot of problems with your loading time, because there can be JavaScript requests that make your page really heavy, and it used to be like up to half a second, and right now it is 3 seconds after all these requests are rendered, and at Jetoctopus, all of these problems will be visualized. So you will have all your JavaScript errors by types, and with the sorted list of URLs where this problem is present. So it saves a lot of time. And actually, this is another big thing about Jetoctopus, because we are from the big website. We understand that working with the big data is also a challenge, and every day we are doing our best to make this process as easy, as intuitive as possible, and as quick as possible. And there you will have like all JavaScript errors by types with sorted URLs with this type of problem. Then you will have these tools to compare JS page to non-JS page, then to see the differences, then to analyze these JavaScript requests which make your page heavy, and the exact really technical sections dedicated to your developers. So you will maybe not understand anything, but the developers will love you for this, because they will know exactly where to fix this JavaScript problem. So we do have a lot of JavaScript tools, and you will just visualize what is happening and what exactly to fix. And as I said before, you cannot ignore JavaScript if it is present on your website, because it definitely harms your SEO.
Incredible. I'm quite simplistic when it comes to JavaScript SEO. I have obviously all these issues that you pointed out, they are more in depth, but I think the first step towards JavaScript SEO is talking about server-side rendering. But then again, if you're using server-side rendering, you're going against all the principles of using JavaScript in your website, which is performance and so on. So better to have a tool that can point out where the issues are and so on, and have a balance in there and make sure your JavaScript is delivering to the bot everything that it needs to consume. When we talk about JavaScript, or when we talk about technical SEO, there is a topic of the moment, a trending topic, if you will, which is structured data.
Mhm.
Are there any things that Jetoctopus can help with that?
Oh,
Analyze, point
yeah.
errors.
It is one of our recent actually product updates, and we have super handy structured data tools. So you don't need even to recrawl your website. You just set up the information you want to add to your analysis and just enter the correlating sections, and all this data will be available. So we do have all the structured data tools, and you can analyze anything, just anything that you want to. Here also we have very powerful customer extraction, so you can play with any additional information which is informative for you. So you can add like the number of reviews on your product pages correlated with CTR, let's say, or because you understand that the search bot also analyzes the time spent on this page. So if the visitor entered and left, there was no value on it,
Pogo
etc.
sticking. Yeah.
That's why it has impact on your CTR. Definitely it has impact on your position. Definitely. uh,
Mm-hmm.
or you can analyze the number of products on your category pages and correlate if it is bigger, if it is less, so any information which is present in structured data, you can add to your analysis.
That's very interesting because, and then again, if you sample it, you won't be able to see the different pages. If you have errors, say in different authors, for instance, on your blog, or in different product categories. See, if you sample that, how can you identify errors in a category that is not inside your sample, which is different? Maybe there are different errors in the structured data. And for e-commerce websites, that's essential, right? If you have issues on your product data, in your product structure data, you're going to have big issues all over, right?
Absolutely. And the main question, why do you have to do that? Right now you don't have to do that, because we are capable to scan your website like up to 250 pages per second. So it doesn't take months to scan your website anymore. It doesn't paralyze your PC because we are cloud based, and you just don't have to make this SEO hypothesis. You just have to get the full data, visualize your SEO, and make your SEO predictable and growing, without this, I think it depends, when you keep
Oh,
working.
it's official.
Yes,
First, it depends on our chat here. Yeah.
you will keep having this so-called results, so-called growth, you just stop doing that, and you will really feel the difference, not only in your satisfaction, but in the results at the end of the day, first of all.
Incredible. Julia, unfortunately, I think we are running out of questions here, but we could cover a lot more. I think there will be more content coming up here for us to talk about. So Brazil, there's a lot of Jetoctopus coming your way very soon. No, a spoiler alert. But any final thoughts here? Any final words for the people like that diving into big website audits, crawling large websites? What can you do to just as a tip or final words for these people, for this audience?
What I want to add is that maybe we've been talking about some specific things today that are not very popular yet, and maybe they may have some barriers inside, But what I want to say is that you have, first of all, you have a free trial option at Jetoctopus, and you definitely should use it, and no options will be limited. And just for you to make your own decision, to feel the difference, and to have your point of view, your understanding, if it is different and if it has sense. So this is like the first thing. The second thing I want to stress is that one of our values is the custom focus. So we are really custom centric company. We are privately owned, and we are such types of people like me and my partner and the rest of the team. We are very custom centric. So all these onboardings, all this assisted and supporting is really on high level here. So you will never be left alone. So anything specific will be explained and assisted and just discussed why it is important and why it is valuable. What I also wanted to say is that just what I want to say is that people to me just
technical back.
Just try.
Good. I think you went out and off there, Julia, but I think we got the whole message there. And guys, I can assure you, it's not just because I'm having Julia here. You know my background. If I don't like a tool, I say I don't like the tool. But what she's saying is very true. The support that they gave me, I also came to a point saying, I really annoy you guys. When we met at SEO on the Beach, I said, hello, I'm the guy that annoys you on the chat every single day. And they are so helpful. They helped me with the log analysis. I was having trouble uploading the content. They said, give it to me, I'll upload it there. So really, you can rest assured it's a tool that will really be there to support you guys. Julia, thank you very much for this chat. I hope to see you a lot from you soon, meet you around the SEO events around the globe. Maybe you can come down here to Brazil for an event, maybe. We'll see about that in the future. And now I'm just going to say goodbye to my audience here in Portuguese, but thank you very much for being here. It was a pleasure, and we'll keep in touch. Pessoal, e foi isso. Sorry. Any final words to say goodbye to?
Having me. It was a very, very touching talk, and I'm really excited to be here.
Good. Pessoal, e foi isso. Foi mais uma conversa aqui, né, com uma grande profissional. Criou a Jetoctopus do zero, como vocês viram. E fiquem ligados, vem muito mais coisa por aí. Então não esquece de assinar o canal, não esquece de se inscrever, ativar as notificações, curtir esse vídeo, compartilhar. E se você realmente gostou desse vídeo, para que a gente continue produzindo mais conteúdos, se inscreva no canal e até a próxima aqui no Don't Panic, It's Organic. Até mais!